today, folks, to do a little bit of advanced preparation for our next Grilling and Chilling segment for Introduction to Culinary Arts here, SPARTA Culinary, okay? So we're actually going to be pretty brief in this segment because we are getting our chicken marinated for an absolutely delightful rosemary and maple marinated grilled chicken sandwich. All right, and we got all kinds of other cool components that are going to be going with that when it's all said and done. But let's not talk about those today. I don't want to let too much of the cat out of the bag here and fill you in on everything. All right, so we are just whipping up a little bit of a marinade. We want to be able to impart some flavor into our grilled chicken for our sandwich. And whenever you're marinating any piece of muscle protein, we always, in my opinion, it should at least sit on there for a day. And, 2 days is good too, but you can't leave it in a marinade too long. It will spoil, or the acid will just have adverse effects on it of prolonged exposure. But anyways, we don't need to get super detailed on that. But if we want to really hook up some great flavor, set that chicken up the day before, get it marinated, get all the flavor in there. So the day that you're actually doing your chilling and grilling, boom, it's ready to go. Slap it on, done deal. All right, so we are going to be rolling over to check out a little bit of our mise en place. We're going to have a couple of different angles going here, and this should go together fairly quick. But the first thing that we're going to talk about is the chicken that we are using. All right, today we are actually going to be marinating chicken breast for our sandwich. Chicken breast is probably my least favorite part of the chicken, to be honest with you. I prefer the dark meat. I like it to have a little more fat, a little more flavor. We used to call boneless, skinless chicken breast boneless, tasteless chicken breast because it doesn't really have as much taste as the dark meat. So that's why it's important for us to do everything we can to impart a little more flavor into it. Now, boneless, skinless chicken breast is typically considered the Cadillac or the premium cut of the chicken. Why, I don't know, but hey, there's a lot of things in society that I don't go mainstream with. But boneless, skinless chicken breast is very expensive. When you can find chicken breasts at the store that may not all be that perfect size, they're not all trimmed up, the skin's taken off, okay? That's the real expensive stuff. All right, you're paying a premium for them to do all that work for you, which as long as you have like functioning hands and a semi-sharp knife, you can do yourself. So save yourself some money and learn the skill on how to do it on your own. So I found yesterday at the grocery store this big, giant, honking piece of chicken breast. All right, now it's still got a little bit of bone on the back, and we're going to take a look at that. We're actually going to get the marinade ready and then go to the chicken and trim it. But this was $1.49 a pound. The perfect portion, 5-ounce, super even pieces of chicken breast in that big long rectangular package were like $5 a pound. So it's not that boneless, skinless chicken breast is worth that much more. They're upcharging you for all the extra work they did to it because, let's be honest, society is way too convenience-based and going to go there. They're kind of lazy when it comes to things, especially with their food. They sacrifice a lot of expenses and it hits their wallet because they don't want to take the time to do it the right way and save themselves a little bit of money. But we're going to go down and we're going to take a look at some of our ingredients here, okay? And what we're going to be working with. All right. So we have here is some cloves of garlic, all right? Some curly parsley from my garden, some fresh rosemary, Fuller Sugar House maple syrup. I like the U.S. Grade A Dark Robust. I like the really, really dark stuff myself. I'm talking motor oil black. I think it's got the best flavor. Now, all the Flatlanders and the City Slickers like that real light golden amber stuff. I'm not sure what the name. I think it's Golden Fancy now. The Maple Producers Guild changed what their old grading scale was. That used to be grade A or grade AA light. But I find this deep dark and bold stuff is great for cooking and baking. All right. Just some olive oil here. I'm going to use some of this quality balsamic vinegar. This is a blueberry balsamic vinegar. A student got this for me last year, and I used it sparingly. Thanks, GB. This stuff's awesome, man. Okay. Some pepper, and we got a little bit of mustard powder and some salt. Okay. The combination of all of those ingredients is really going to make a wonderful marinade for us. So we're still keeping very much with the New England flavors and all things that you can get right in our local grocery store. So because we don't have that much knife work to do here, I'm not going to show you on camera every little thing that we do. But I am going to have the camera kind of close to that angle and be speaking over it a little bit, talking about why I'm doing things to a certain degree that I am. All right, so hang tight. I'm going to be doing a little mise en place. I got to situate the camera right in the right spot. You're not really going to see my face, but you'll hear my voice. And we're going to get this marinade whipped right up. All right, so we're going to go with the garlic first here. And yeah, I guess I'll put my ugly mug in here a little bit. I'll just kind of lean over and get down to this angle. But I'm just looking for a coarse chop on this, so I'm just going to smash it with the side of my knife, sprinkle a little salt on there, and then just chop it up kind of a medium coarseness. Smash. 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 Now, a chef once told me, you put the salt down and it kind of helps break them up so they don't all stick together. Now, that may be an old culinary tale, but it's something that always stuck with me. And he said it's certainly gonna season it a little bit. And I'm like, well, that makes sense, chef, you know. And again, truth and wisdom, folks, truth and wisdom. Who am I to question a man who had been cooking for 50 years longer than I had at that point? What type of arrogance would I be showing if I dismissed his suggestion? So I learned from it, I listened, I adopted it, and I agreed with it. So it makes perfect sense. Okay. That's 4 cloves going in. Now on to the rosemary and then the parsley. Remember, when we're chopping herbs as an ingredient or a flavoring or anything that's not going to be strained, only the leaves. The stems, we can infuse those in sauces as long as it gets strained out. So we're going to pull the leaves off of the stem here and get those chopped up. Same thing with the parsley. This rosemary is very young, which means it's still very, very soft. When rosemary continues to grow and it gets clipped a few times, their stalks get much more woody and firm. And then the leaves themselves get a lot more dried out and firm. You can see these ones kind of flapping right around, you know. That's a good thing, all right? This is, again, nice, fresh, young rosemary. Now, rosemary, folks, is, you know, I like rosemary, but I kind of have a like-not-like relationship with rosemary. I feel like it doesn't pair with just anything, and that you need to be very strategic in how you use it. Now, that's hard for me to describe, but rosemary can be a very overpowering herb, not nearly as subtle and, you know, kind of quietly fragrant like many herbs are. It's very, very big and bold, so you need to be very careful when you're using it. And I like to use rosemary in the context where it's going to be the primary kind of fragrance and flavor, all right? So that's good right there. Now with our little curly parsley here. And just a very fine chop on that as well. I like to do it one way real thin. Okay, kind of spin it. And then go the other way real thin. Then we're good. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to get the rest of our items in our marinade, and I'm just using one of these little containers here. I had a mixing bowl. I was going to do it in that, but I like the fact that I can put on the seal-type container that I can wash and reuse instead of using plastic wrap, and that way if it gets knocked over in my fridge, it doesn't drip all over the place. So I like these bad boys. You can even use any of like the Gladware items. Like sometimes I have like the wider ones that you can take like a whole leftover like plate of food to work in and heat it up or whatever. All right, so we're going to start with our olive oil here. We're going to go with about a quarter cup. All right. Any olive oil does. You know, you could use canola oil. You know, I'm sure that would work fine if you can afford to use olive oil at a higher cost. Go for it. Okay, get that right in there. I am going to use my rubber spatula to make sure I scrape all that oil out. And I think nope, I missed myself. I was going to say, woo, got it all over me. Okay, so I got a quarter cup of that. Maple syrup next. We're also going with a quarter cup of maple syrup, okay? Now, we're going to have to be super cautious when we have this on the grill tomorrow so as it doesn't it doesn't burn, okay? Quarter cup. Right in. I don't know. I think this syrup got mislabeled here. That doesn't look dark and robust. That looks pretty light, but because this is the inaugural run here with this particular bottle. I'm going to go grab a spoon. We're going to give this a taste. I miss the syrup that Mrs. Scarinza and her students make up in our high school. It's absolutely fantastic. And but it's real good too. But I love being able to brag about the beautiful job that they do with their maple syrup up at White Mountains, and how that is such a student-run operation. Everything from tapping the trees and gathering the sap and running the evaporator and doing all the packaging and the bottling and the marketing and the selling and maybe the maple candies and the maple cream, all under Mrs. Scarinza's direction and leadership, and they just do a marvelous job with it. I mean, I would put their syrup against anybody else's. It is just spectacular. And whenever I have industry friends or family members or personal friends or new members to the school community who come to visit my class, I always bring them out the back door and show them where the sugar house is, because I'm super, super proud of my school for having that and proud of all the students that do that. So you guys rock, and don't worry, you're going to knock them dead next year, all right? Corona may have messed up maple season this year, but it's not going to do it 2 years in a row. No way. For our vinegar, we're just going to give this, I don't know, probably like 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to eyeball it, so like about that much. All right, and balsamic vinegar is a very sweet vinegar as well. Maybe a little less if you're using a red wine vinegar or an apple cider vinegar. All right, but being that it's a little sweeter of a vinegar, it's not going to be as sharp and overpowering with that much in there. Okay, black pepper, probably, I don't know, close to a tablespoon. Just going to grind. Okay, all kinds of that in there. Salt, really, it's just kind of to taste again, so maybe a tablespoon. All right, mustard powder. All right, mustard powder, in my opinion, is like a secret weapon of cooking. All right, not only does it just, I like mustard, it's a great emulsifying agent in cold sauces, dressings. It's wonderful in dry rubs. It's wonderful in marinades. I sprinkle mustard powder with salt and pepper on my steaks when I cook them here at home. And I think it's absolutely marvelous. So mustard draws a ton of flavor out of things and really, really enhances flavor. So just kind of give that, I don't know, about a teaspoon's worth. Okay. Now, we're going to take, and I'm going to mix this up real good. Size container might be a little overkill for this, but It's the smallest one that I have right now that's got a lid on it, and I didn't want to use a quart deli container, so I'm just going to taste this. That's going to be good. That's going to be real good. All right, so we're going to set that aside, and we're going to put the camera back down, and we're going to get the chicken trimmed up, and we'll show you how we can take this kind of diamond in the rough chicken breast with all its skin and fat and bones on it, clean it all up, and save some money. All right, so here we go. Look at this big guy. This most likely came off of a roaster chicken, which is between like 4.5 to 6 pounds. Certainly not a fryer chicken, which is in your 2.5 to 3 range. So this wouldn't have been a chicken breast that would have made it to that perfect pack of 5-ounce chicken breasts that people pay way too much money for. Way too much money for. So I'm going to be using our fillet knife or our boning knife here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the skin on this. I generally do like chicken skin, but for this application, it just doesn't make sense. If I was roasting this whole piece of chicken, I would leave that skin on, but since what we're going to be doing with it and assembling a sandwich, that skin is actually not really going to bring much to the party, okay? Now, to get this boned off, see this fat line right here? Okay, that white, that's a fat line. That actually follows right where the rib cage is, all right? So angling my knife down against that rib line, all right, I'm going to follow that seam, okay? And just release that meat right away. See that? Boom. Now, if it wasn't blazing 93 degrees outside and it was colder in soup weather, guys, you could simmer this bad boy up, make a quick chicken broth, and do a little chicken and rice action like we taught you, right? All right. I am going to get rid of this guy, but if I had a use for it in the next couple of days, I would save it and put this thing to work. I did pay for it. All right. Now, this piece of chicken now is very, very clean. I'm going to remove a little bit of that white fat. We don't want any of that, okay? Get rid of that. And now, look at that beautiful chicken breast. Nice big chicken breast, right? All right, see the tender here on the back? Okay, I'm actually going to pull the tender off, and we're going to marinate that too, but then that can be kind of like our appetizer snack, all right? Got to take care of the cooks here. Got to take care of the cooks. And this breast here, I'm going to be able to get 3 sandwich cuts out of this easy, okay? This thing's probably about a pound. So if I get 5-ounce breasts out of it, I'm good. So I'm going to fillet it and just take tranche cuts or thin slices off of it, all right? So I'm going to start like this. And I'm looking for like sandwich bread coverage here, guys. Okay? Boom. That's plenty for a sandwich or a salad. Okay? Set that aside. And then we're going to have here. Now, you're always going to have that one person, if you're cooking for a group in your family who's like dainty. All right? That's like, if I was cooking for a group of family, it would be my mother. All right? We had, I was able to see her this weekend for the first time in many months, and we ate lunch 6 feet apart. And, you know, my mother had a half a sandwich for lunch. I'm like, geez, Ma, come on, a half a sandwich? But that's how she is, all right? I clearly didn't get my appetite from my mother. So there's always that one person in our group or family who wants a smaller piece. So, hey, we got a smaller piece here. And then we got 2 nice-sized pieces that are a great lunch portion, again, for a sandwich. Or if we wanted to just put them over a salad. Salads, again, I keep talking about eating salads here, and probably not going to eat many salads. But who knows? Maybe. All right, maybe. And, yeah, so now we're going to take our chicken, and even our little tender piece, all right, here, that's the cook's appetizer, all right? And we're going to pop them right into our marinade, all right? And then we're going to shake the heck out of it and then put it in the fridge. That should be good, all right? So all all tossed up in here now. We're gonna leave this bad boy in the fridge, all right, overnight, and we're gonna see you guys back out on the grill, all right, later this week to get this finished up. And we got some cool stuff, all right. This is gonna be like the ultimate New Hampshire chicken sandwich here, all right. And I look forward to seeing you guys out there. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're beating the heat. Wow, is it hot today? Wow. I mean, I got my AC roaring inside here, and it's still warm, and I'm sweating. All right. Have a great week. Stay cool, and we're going to see you out on the grill in a couple days. Peace. Good afternoon, and coming in from my porch here, guys. It's a beautiful Thursday. A little overcast, but certainly not nearly as hot as it was yesterday. 92, 93 degrees. End of May. Doesn't happen all the time, but every now and again it does get scorching hot like that in May, and hey, we had that day pretty early this year. Okay, so we're building upon what we started the other day with our for our grilled chicken sandwich, and our first component coming in today is we're gonna do a grilled potato salad. Potato salad, guys, it doesn't just have to be cold boiled potatoes and mayonnaise and hard-boiled eggs. All right, that's kind of like a poor representation of what potato salad can be. I love potato salad. It might be my favorite salad, obviously. Going with the gut cam there, all right, yeah, big guy here. Love my potato salad, okay? And, you know, it's certainly a summertime favorite, so I'm going to show you kind of an inventive, creative spin on a potato salad that I think a lot of you will enjoy if you try it, all right? And it's not hard to make. It's very, very simple. So we're going to come over here towards the grill, okay? And the grill's all fired up. We got it at about 375 degrees. Now, potato salads can be made with any form of cooked potato. You can grill them, you can roast them, or you can boil them. All right, so I promised you everything we were going to do was on the grill, and I meant it. All right, we have our mise en place ready to go here. All right, and we have some red onions, we have some celery, some fresh rosemary, thyme, apple cider vinegar, some sour cream, Dijon mustard, whole grain, maple syrup, and some mayonnaise, and salt, pepper, and obviously our potatoes. Our potatoes, we've already gotten them all cubed up here in kind of larger chunks. That's okay. We're going to hit them with a little bit of salt, Okay, and we're gonna go with some pepper. All right. We'll get a little more pepper on once we put them on the grill here. All right, but we're just gonna give those a little toss. Oh, we got a flyer. Okay. And we already have our grill all scraped off, and she's roaring hot. We're gonna pop these up on the top shelf. Okay. And just kind of spread them out. I don't have the whole grill on, only this 2/3. All right, I don't need all of that heat. All right, we're not cooking a ton here. And we're gonna close this up. And we're gonna check those in about 10 minutes and give them a flip. They're probably gonna take 20 minutes on the grill. And when they're close to being done, we'll assemble the dressing, okay? Now, potato salad. I like to dress mine while the potatoes are warm. All right, potatoes are porous. All right, they're gonna absorb more of that dressing when they're warm. All right, when they're cold, it's just kind of like a cold boiled or roasted potato with this mayonnaise-y dressing over the top. I think that's what turns a lot of people off about potato salad. But when you dress it warm and then cool it off and serve it, it's a wildly different product. All right, and for a lot of people, that can turn them from naysayers to believers in the fact that potato salad can be delicious. All right, so hey, look at the yard here. Look at far cry from last week. All right, even the evergreens had their bud break and are starting to grow, and the trees have all filled in. Okay, grass is looking better. I even got my flowers planted. Look at the herb plants are doing great, already going well. I planted some peppers over here. This herb garden doing much better. Okay, beautiful flowers. And I can't wait to see them all come into full bloom and get nice and big. All right, I kind of enjoy having my flowers. It's nice to see the birds come. And obviously it just spices my place up a little bit. I take pride in my home, or at least I try to. And, I kind of enjoy that, especially after the months of brown and nasty and muddy that we have in the springtime, and certainly this year with an early end to winter. All right, so we're going to be coming back here in a few minutes and taking a look at our potatoes. All right, I'm going to run back inside and go get a few things ready for the chicken sandwich component, and then we're going to have this all kind of come together. All right, guys, we'll be back. Okay, so we're back now to check on our potatoes, and first let's look at our temperature gauge. We're rated 350. All right, that's great roasting or grill roasting temperature. Ooh, we can see some color here. Ooh, look at that. That's nice. All right, that's good, good. Nice dark, good brown. All right, flip these over. Make sure that they're not getting too brown on one side. We want them nice and even, okay, even though they're small. All right, we don't mind, that char grill flavor, but we certainly, that doesn't, we can't say that, oh, it's charred grilled when it's burnt, okay? That's not acceptable. All right, so we gotta be careful. And if we think we see a hot spot like these guys, we'll move them to a not so hot spot, and then move some that are pale a little closer up to where it's not so much. Okay, we're actually going to put some down here on the cooler spots down low. All right, kind of, indirect. Speed these along a little bit. Okay, potatoes, we obviously, we want them cooked all the way through, but it's okay. Potatoes hold up to a good amount of heat, and without burning on the outside before they're tender in the center. You just got to be careful. All right, and these are cut small enough, so spread these out, get an even flow of heat here. Okay, we're gonna close this back up. Boom, and we'll be back. All right, so we're back at the grill, and the potatoes are pretty much done. So we're gonna pop in and take a look. Ooh, yeah. All right, so what we're looking for is for these potatoes are kind of tender. You see how that one just smushed down and it's kind of fluffy on the inside? All right, that means these guys are ready to go. But we are just going to give them another minute, so I'm going to close this up.
and we're gonna get the dressing prepared. So this bowl's fine. We're gonna use it again so we don't have to clean it. Nothing raw was in there that's dangerous. It's just raw potatoes that are fine. So we're gonna pop our onions in, our celery in. I like a lot of vegetables in my potato salad, okay? Definitely helps lighten it up for something that's otherwise heavy. Our thyme, our rosemary, okay? Gonna hit it with some mayo here. All right, I don't like all mayonnaise in my potato salad dressing. That's why I cut it with a little bit of sour cream, okay? That's completely acceptable in my opinion. Okay? Doesn't have to just be mayo. All right? Get that in there. Gonna hit it with some of our stone ground mustard. Oh, mustard's farting all over the place here. Splash apple cider vinegar. Now for this dressing, guys, it's really all about preference, okay? I'm gonna put in a recipe in here, but it doesn't mean that I'm exactly following it. A little bit of salt. Okay? And you know, you obviously want to suit it for your own taste. The recipe's a guideline in this context, okay? Dumped a little maple syrup in there, and we should have enough pepper on our potatoes, okay? So now we're gonna pop these right in here, okay? Look at that, going right in, coming in hot, literally, right off the grill. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is the first time I've done a grilled potato salad like this at home. Okay, I've done a variation before, but not like this. This is it's like charted territory for me too here, hey? That's what it's all about in these times like this, being resourceful, learning new things, trying stuff. We got plenty of time on our hands. Okay, so I should have been a little more prepared here and gotten a spoon or a spatula, but these tongs will work. All right, so we're gonna like really kind of just mush this up. All right, we do want to bruise those potatoes a little bit so that dressing can absorb into the flesh. All right, that's the purpose of dressing it warm. But what we don't want is just like cold flavored mashed potatoes. That's gross. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good here. All right, now this is going to have the appearance of being thicker once it chills. All right, but that looks really nice. I can dig it. Okay, I believe I'm just going to grab one warm here. Tastes pretty good to me. All right, now I'm going to bring this bad boy and pop it in the fridge. Oh, I got a little splatter here on my shirt, sorry. And pop this guy in the fridge, and then we're going to get our chicken out here and get our chicken grilling to assemble our sandwiches. By the time the chicken's done and the sandwiches are built, the potato salad's going to be cold. So we're golden here, all right, guys? We're going to be back with some chicken on the grill. All right, so now we're back and ready to get our chicken done and then be able to assemble our sandwiches. So back here to our chicken that we marinated up yesterday. All right, it looks good. It smells good. All right, and now we got some beautiful dark rye bread here. They had this in the bakery at Shaw's, and we just cut this ourselves and a nice good thick cut on there. And we're going with that. We're going to do some grilled bacon, some grilled honey crisp apples, and then some Vermont cheddar cheese. This is like New England in a sandwich right here. And again, these are all things that are at any grocery store. They're at the grocery store in Groveton. They're at the grocery store in Whitefield. They're at the grocery store in Littleton, Lancaster, you name it. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. But when you think with a creative and inventive mind, you can really kick up your grilled lunch sandwiches here, all right? And that's the purpose, all right? We're grilling and chilling, we're having fun, and we're looking to do fun things with standard flavors that, you know, usually at least novice people in the cooking world don't think go well together. All right, so we're gonna get our chicken popped on, okay? And I got a fresh, clean pair of tweezers or like tongue-like apparatus here, okay? Set those right down. All right. Make sure it's flat. All right. I'm like trying to find like the chef's snack piece here. Yeah, there it is. The tenderloin from yesterday. All right, we'll put him down low. That's going to cook quick. All right, so get those on. Those are going to take the longest, so obviously we get those started first and shut it down. All right, when that chicken's about 3/4 cooked, then we're going to throw on the bread to toast that up. We're going to get the bacon on actually about halfway, and then we melt the cheese at the end. Now, I used to teach students, well, I'm teaching you now, all right? We basically have the anatomy of a sandwich. All right, there's 4 pieces to the anatomy of a great sandwich. Bread, filling, garnish, and spread. Now, a spread, all right, that would constitute, you know, a smear of mayonnaise or a flavored sauce or mustard, and it can even be melted cheese. All right, because it provides some moisture when it's melted like that. So on a hot sandwich, your melted cheese can act as a spread. If we were just making a cold sandwich, all right, with a cold piece of grilled chicken, we would want to, maybe I would put on here like a maple mayonnaise or an herb mayonnaise, or some type of like a creamy mustard of some sort, okay? Or even you could put relish on there. Well, relish doesn't pair well with chicken, but, you know, other things it does. All right, so bread, spread, filling, garnish. So our bread being our rye bread, our spread being our melted cheese, our filling being our maple rosemary grilled chicken, and then our garnish is our bacon and our grilled apples, okay? So all kinds of cool stuff happening here, all right? And we're going to be back to check on this chicken in a few. All right, back at the grill now. Now our chicken starting to cook. I actually moved it down to the lower side. Ooh, look at that, golden brown, nice. Caramelization, good, good, good. All right, good, good, good. All right, a lot of stuff working for us here, okay? So since we turned this over now, we're going to get the bacon started, okay? Now the bacon, I'm just going to lay it out over the top grate, okay? And then turn it a few times and it's going to be good to go. And we'll see that when we go back in here. Oh yeah, coming in good here, all right? Now we got to really watch our chicken here and make sure it doesn't get overcooked. So we're going to move it up top here and let it finish off gently. And I'm going to grab my thermometer probe from inside and double check that, but I think it's pretty much where it needs to be. As you can see, our bacon's starting to cook here. Okay, we're going to move this down low and get this finished up on the quick, all right? Now, you got to be careful with bacon here on the grill. You can see I'm flaring up a little bit. That's from the grease, but that's all right. We'll manage. I could probably take my whole grill apart and give it a really good clean here, but not today. So we got our bread over here. It's all ready to go. I'm going to take this bread and drizzle it just a little bit of olive oil. Wow, this olive oil bottle is hot sitting out in the sun here. Okay, just going to sprinkle that with a little bit of salt. Okay, and then I'm going to take it, I'm going to put these right here and toast them up right on the grill. Okay, I always like a sandwich, guys, where you can toast it up a little bit. Get a little crunch factor going in there. Whoa, we got the bacon flaring up here. Maybe we do want to move those back up top here. Okay, oh no. That's all right. That's like right on the border of like burnt. Back now, we're going to turn these apples here. We don't want them to get too brown, just kind of caramelized, which they are. Okay, a lot of natural sugar in a Honeycrisp apple, okay? Honeycrisp apples come originally from the Hudson Valley in New York. All right, excellent, excellent apple. Great just to eat in your hand. They're great cooking apple. It's a great baking apple. All right, move that bread over directly on the heat now to finish that up. Okay, here we go. All right, our chicken. We're actually going to make those 2 little pieces into one for a sandwich. Okay, here we go. Cheese is going on. There we go. 1 slice per is fine. I should watch my calories, even though I don't. Okay, yeah, buddy. All right, bacon is like in that like crisp yet chewy stage, which I like my bacon at. Like, so to me, that's pretty good right there. All right, so I'm actually going to move my apples onto my bread slice here on each one, because those are good. We don't want them cooked all the way through, just a little bit of kind of like draw out the sugars, give them that grilly flavor. Oh, All right, and we're gonna like finish up and assemble all at once here. Okay. That bread, let's see. Ooh, that's like rye toasty. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, so we got to be careful there. So we'll put our bacon down on this side. Doop. Here we go. Oh man, this is I feel like the old man of the mountain is shining down on me right now. This whole sandwich just screams New Hampshire to me. Okay, we have hog farms, we got great bakeries, we got grain farmers, we produce some of the best maple syrup in the country. Okay, we got some of the best dairy farms, us and our neighbors to the west of us in Vermont. Like, everything here is like straight up. All right, close it up for a second. All right, now our potato salad's all chilled down here. Okay, so we're gonna start and just kind of take a nice good spoonful of this, set it right on our plate.